Hey everybody, this is Pam at the Paper Outpost. No laughing at my bird now. No laughing at my bird. But I did want to show you a fun little craft if you are trying to think of something fun to put in the center of your journal, and maybe you don't want to use a book, like an illustration from a book or something like that, but you want to make something yourself and maybe something using some book page scraps. This is kind of a fun idea. It's very easy. We use up some book pages, and we also use up the scraps from our book pages. So this is the front of the page, and this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of copy paper that I've covered. And then this is the back of the page. So when this gets folded in half, this could go into the center of a signature in maybe in the middle of a signature in a junk journal. And that would be there. So that's something kind of fun to find, right? And you don't have to be an artist to do this. So don't worry, I'll show you some tricks around that. Let me back up a little bit so you can see. And let's make one of these. Super fun, super easy, uses up book pages and scraps. And, oops, okay. You remember how I've been like complaining about the tape and all lately? This kind of tape, let me show you. Let me get the tape out. This stuff, because I had a bunch in my tape drawer, I never use it. Well, this is actually a great project for that because tape works perfectly. Yes, you can also use glue. Glue will give you a little bit of a wrinkle, especially wet white glue. You can use the clear silicone glue if you want. I use Fabrifix. You can use whatever you like. But pretty much anything will work, but the tape just happens to work really well in this particular circumstance. So let me show you. Okay, so to get started, okay, that was a craft of previous day. Just some old book that I had that I'm slowly tearing pages out. I must have used the cover on a journal. And now I have this. So I'm trying to be mindful and use up the pages on the inside. I love to use book pages. I just find them so much fun. I'll be like punching stuff out of book page. I mean, you name it, I'll make stuff out of book pages any day of the week. Okay. So what I did was I grabbed maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try 5. Just grab a bunch, and then we'll do the old metal ruler tear to take off the edges, because I'm just looking for the text in the middle. And this is an easy way to do that. Okay. Now, if it looks like I was wearing the same shirt yesterday, it's not. I recorded this video right after my organizational video, so it's the same day. So yes, I do change my clothes. Just in case you're wondering. Okay. I have been known to craft in pajamas before. Has anybody ever crafted in their pajamas? Yep. It has happened. Okay, so basically we have this, which is great. It gives us the nice soft edges, and that is going to be so receptive to some inking. So now this one, whoops, what am I knocking over there? I did in walnut stain ink, and maybe let's try a different color. Let's just go all wild and fancy town. Maybe let's try blue. Let's ink in blue on this one, just to do something different. Similar but different. I want you to be able to see lots of different looks. And I've got the right dauber. I put this little string on here to tell me this is the blue dauber. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Looks like this was an old Bobbsey twin book. And so the ink grabs really well with these little torn, dry, old book paper edges. And we'll just ink up a bunch of these. And you can make the pattern any way you like. You can make it uniform all the way across, or you can make it a little hodgepodge. Okay. You can make it like a quilt. You can make it like patchwork. You can make it like crazy quilt or random patchwork or upside down. They could rotate. They don't have to all go on the horizontal and the vertical. They could actually rotate and do different things like that. Well, maybe we'll try that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, now we're entering into the world of, I would say, collage. When we start doing things like that, we're really bold. Okay. You have to say it like that too. What are you doing? Collage. You have to say it like that. Collage. Yeah, because that makes it feel I'm gluing paper. You could say that. But when you're doing collage, it's like I'm going to Target. Oh, the crazy things in the craft room, right? Mixed media is fun. Mixed media to me means basically you can glue anything to anything. That's kind of what mixed media means. I'm doing something with something today. Could be anything. I can't officially call it painting. Can't officially call it decoupage. Can't officially call it anything because it has no name, because I'm working with mixed media today. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, I probably don't know the real definition, so don't get mad at me. I'm just having fun. So anyway, I think book pages qualify as mixed media and paper. Okay, I think we might need a few more, but let's see how we go here. All right, so here was the deal. Here was the deal with the tape. You get the tape, you pop the lid off. This one comes off completely, which makes so much more sense than the one that hangs on. Don't forget to cover your ink. Okay. And then I just did this. And I tried to put them sort of not right on top of each other, but maybe like half an inch apart. So I just wanted to make sure I got most of it. Now I know I'm going to have to come back and tack down a little more where I overlap, but that's okay. But I'm not going to use my tape for that because the tape will tear the book pages, because old book pages can be fragile and they're a little bit, it just turns into a disaster. So you can try it. Go ahead. Go, feel free, but do it as an experiment on the side first before you commit. I don't know if you can run over tape, can you? Sort of. Whoops, I ran right off the paper. Hold on. Let me get my edges there. Okay, so we should be good. We're very well taped. I think you can see that too on screen, which is good. All right, so now let's just go put these down. That's it. Now this stuff is super sticky and it's very committal. So when you put it down, it's staying there. I don't mind doing a little hangover over the edge, but just know that when you're going down, that's it. That's where it's going to live. Okay, so maybe I'm going to put one here. I'm just going to do them a little different. I don't know. Maybe I'll start turning here. Do I want to do that? No, I don't know. Maybe I'll do this. I'll go like this way. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Doesn't all have to be upsy downsy land. I need more book pages. Do I have more book pages? Oh yes, you have an entire book that you can do this one. Oh, don't put that there, silly. Oh. So now you're going to see what happens. Yep. That's there forever. Lost my beautiful. Let me tear that off and put that in a special place. There you go. All right, move this aside. Remember, it's tapey. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just take another 5 more, just in case. We'll do this again. Here we go. Can you see? Can you see? All right, there you go. It'll be better if I put my glasses on. There we go. I'm so much more efficient with my glasses on. Okay. And save these scraps because we're going to do something else with those on the back. So it's going to be one of those wonderful crafts that actually uses up your scraps. Yay! All right, and we're back to inking. You could do different colors. You don't have to do the same color. All right, let's do a different color. Let's just see where that takes us. I haven't done that yet. Want to do maybe brown? Okay, we'll do blue and brown. That might be a nice contrast. Gotta find the brown. Anybody see it? Where is it? Where? Okay, this is the only one I can find at the moment. Oh, there they are all over there. Well, I'll just use this. This is gathered twigs, which is a brown that I haven't used a lot lately, but I need to use it. I've got it, and I'm going to use it. She said to herself, as if she meant it. There we go. And I think, like I consider like a dark brown, medium to dark brown, I would say, but it gives a nice contrast. And this just helps the pages pop a little bit. You don't have to do the inking here. And actually on the back, I'm not going to do any inking, and I'm just going to layer the papers, which is a really cool look in and of itself. And the fact that the papers are a little bit dry and curly on the edges gives a very nice texture. If you like the texture of different papers, it gives yourself a chance to actually experience them. Because of the way they curl up on the edges. But on the front, I will take the extra step. And if you don't mind coming along with me, we will get this inking done before you know it. Just looking for the side that has the most text. You could do sides with less text, doesn't matter. And you can also do different font styles, maybe use different books and intermix them. That would be fun too. But this little tutorial, we're going to do a step-by-step approach to this. Now we have no glue or tape here, so we're gonna have to put a little more down. This is just, oh, look, that's weird, isn't it? It's taking off the stuff. So I'm probably totally wasting my tape here. I got tape? Yeah, it's sticky again. Okay, we're good. Okay, got myself out of that one. All right. How do you want to be? I feel like I want to put you here. Okay, there's really no right or wrong way to do it. Just do it, for goodness sakes. No overthinking. Stop that. Just put it down. Okay, it's down. And here, okay. But what about those little parts, Pam? It's not right. It's okay, we can work around those. What do? We tear off some strips. Is that gonna be long enough? Yes. Is that gonna be long enough? Yes. Might we have to put down more tape? Maybe. Okay, so let's just tear off some of these, using up our scraps. And we're gonna ink the side that got torn. I think this is so pretty. I mean, just even for regular signature pages, I think this would be pretty. You could even put little blank lined note pages here. That would look adorable. Oh, I'm doing a side I already did. Pay attention, Missy. All right, here. Now, this is gonna be a little tricky because there's tape there. I'm gonna put a little more there. There. Oh, I knew that was going to be testy. All right, we'll put that there. Tommy's troubles. Poor Tommy. And put that there. Okay, so now some are bigger than they are, and some are not attached. So we're going to attach those. And I find the easiest way to do this part is actually coming in with some kind of glue that you can just lift up the edges. And I'm going to use Fabrifix for this. You don't have to use Fabrifix. I just happen to have it handy, and it doesn't make my paper wrinkle, so I'm just going to do that a little bit there. So you're down, and any of these little floppity edges, just come in here and you just tack them down. These guys might have a little edgeroo to deal with. Okay, there. There's something on the bottom, a little bit, not too bad. But it's looking pretty cool already, isn't it? I don't know, it's just like a cool surface to play with. You've got like all the possibility of the universe right there. This side? Did I get that? No? Okay. Very neat background to start any project. Oh, let you get up. And then one more little guy here. I think that's good. Okay. Maybe here? Yeah, maybe a little bit. These are so brittle that they would tear very easily if they were trying to stand alone on their own, but I'm going to give them some reinforcement in life and tell them they're not alone. They have backup. Okay, so we have that. And the way you test is you do this and you see if there's any major peak ups. And that's not major. I mean, I can come in here and hold the page like this, run down here with the glue and handle all of that in one felt swoop. Lay it flat and you're done. Okay, there we go. So don't let those little peely uppies drive you crazy. Flip this over, deal with the hangover one. Make him just a hair longer than the page edge, and then just come in. Maybe I'll come in with the brown, even though that was a blue one. I'm just feeling wild. And there we go. We are all colored. Okay, so now on the back, the idea is to create something like this. And this uses up all those pieces, and they're not, but what it gives you is very nice texture. And this lovely old book paper does not go to waste. No, it should never go to waste in our world. All right, so let's put it to good use, and let's use that tape we have in our drawers. We totally forgot we have in our drawers. Okay, if you have the tape. Same idea. Come on along and just put down a bunch of rows. I know it uses up a lot of tape, and this tape is not cheap. So it's basically a double-sided tape on a runner. You've never played with one of these before, but the people from the world of making cards or scrapbooking, you know this tape so well. You like lived and breathed tape, right? And you can also use that tape that you have to like pick the corner up and peel the edge off. You'll be there for years, but you'll get it done. Actually, I think people who do that all the time, they're really fast at it. But when I come along and do that, you're going to see Struggle Sally. It's going to be really, really pathetic. It's like the first time somebody goes roller skating. Yeah, it's going to look like that. Because I'm just a glue baby. Yeah. Oh, okay, so I came to the end of that one, and in the garbage you go. Now let me grab another one. So I'm slowly using up my, now I'm going to start to like the tape, and then I'm not going to have any. Oh, this is a different kind. Oh, I don't know if I like you as much. Well, we'll see. I did test you, so. Not liking you right this second. Okay, you're back in the like zone. Okay, we'll see. We'll just test your, oh, you're tacky. Okay. All right, whew, a little worried there for a second. Okay, let's do this. Let me bring the light down a little more. Is that better? I hope so. Light, light. Okay. More light, more light. Okay, here we go. And we have a bunch of these. Oh, you can't see that. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Oh, there we go. Okay, I have a bunch of these. And I'm not too worried whether there's words on there or not. Actually, sometimes a little interplay of wordage here and there is kind of cute. So the straight edge, I think I'm going to cover. So I'm going to use the rough edge as the exposed edge. Just going to start putting these down random. No thinking it through for hours. Nope. I got a piece of puzz. All right, and just pop these down. And don't worry if they don't perfectly align or you have like a little piece left over. Don't get all freaked out about that because we have easy ways to cover those things. Let's start this one here. Just put down some big pieces. And you don't even have to like go in order. You can, right now, you can be very bold and start at the bottom and put some down here. I'm just going to do that. There I go. Look at me go. Yeah, remember, no rules, no rules. Here's some fat ones. Here's some fat ones. You can use fat ones too. Hanging a little over the edge I think is kind of cute. The tape is strong and it will grab your fingers, so don't be surprised if that happens. And maybe put you here. You got a little word. That'd be cute, right? Okay, can you see that? Yeah. Okay. Oh, too close. Yeah. There, better. Let's keep going. Now we want to stagger it a little bit. Okay, so let's use some different things. Yeah, let me show you, like, okay, if we do a random design. Like, you can do them one after another, one after another. Okay, see, this is the edge that was close to the spine. And this is where I tore away from the text writing. But I like that little roughy edge, so I'm going to put that here so he can hang out and look rough. And I think that's kind of cool. So you get a bunch of these straightaway ones. Every once in a while, throw in a roughie to give you a little bit of extra texture. See how it's like peeling paint on an old building. Yeah, I'm dealing with peeling paint right now in my life. So yes, everything looks like peeling paint to me. All right, here we go. Come on apart. Come on. Okay, so I like these little roughies. I think they're kind of cool. Oh no, if I put you down, you're going to end up getting covered. Now that wasn't smart. Okay, so the real way to do this side would be like this. Yes, where the roughie is at the bottom because I'm building from the bottom up. You can have them all orient the same way, but I like to shake it up every once in a while, just make it look a little different. I don't know, just thinking here. Okay, so you can fill in some of these holes. Didn't quite get over there, that's all right. I have lots of extra scraps. No shortage of scraps in this house. Nope, that's right. I even have some stored in the garage in case I run out. Can you believe that? It's insanity. What were you thinking, ma'am? You're like, yes, the lady here finally died, and for some reason she kept bits of paper. We have no idea why. It's a very odd thing. Definitely some type of paper obsessive compulsive disorder. Let them think what they will. It's all right. It's all right. Well, I know I had bushelsfuls of fun. You guys know we all had bushelsfuls of fun, so there you go. Let's see if I can sneak you in there. Oh, okay, kind of did that, sort of worked. Okay, let me come with a big fataroo. Jubber bubber. Come on, bubber. Over here. Oh, covering my words. That's okay. You don't get married to them. You just go. Yeah, don't overthink. All right. Oh, we got. Oh, and you are not restricted to this way. You can also go this way. Like maybe perhaps I want to do. I just want to do. Well, that wasn't very straight. This. Okay, I know it's not stuck on there very well, but we'll deal with that. That's okay. Because when it comes down to these little end pieces, those are the things that happen. I'm going to put you there because you're kind of cute and different, just for fun, using up what I got. All right, let's do it there. And then I need a longie. All right, let me get in here with a longie. Okay, I'm just going to glue it right over the top. Yeah, I'm not going to fuss with it. You can sit there and tuck it in till the cows come home. Not needed. All right, so what do we have? What do we have? We have this, and now we have to deal with our little peely uppies. So let's get you the right size, first of all, which is pretty easy with the ruler. Okay, so you can kind of see here. I've tried this with the craft knife, but it kind of, I probably have a dull knife, that's the problem. It kind of grabs and pulls, and there's going to be a big disaster under here. You watch. Yeah, see how I've revealed everything now? So now I need to cover that. Now, one thing I could do is I could just come along and ink it and hide the little white bits, which is something I might do. Maybe I'll do that. The other thing I was thinking is you can just come along and take a long piece and you just come along the edge and cover the whole disaster. That's your way out of that. But I think I'm liking, I said I wasn't going to ink on the side. Apparently I'm going to ink around the borders because of my little bluebird. Yes, that's how it happens. Okay, let me back out a little bit. Okay. And we're coming around this mountain. I like this gathered twigs. Gathered twigs. And I think probably because I haven't used it so much, it's still got a lot of ink on it. So it feels very rewarding when I dip in ink. Yeah, I like that. These little fly balls here, you can tear them off or leave them on. They kind of give you a nice little ragged torn edge. And you are officially in mixed media land because you're using book pages and paper and ink. And look at you go. All right, so I have a little tacking down to do. Let's cover our ink. Don't forget about that. Flip it. I'm just going to tack you down. That's right. No, nothing is going, no peely uppies here. That's right. Little peely uppies are okay, but big ones, no, we got to deal with those. Okay, here's a big one. Okay, I'll just deal with you. Takes 2 seconds. Look at that big glue glob. Who left that there? Messy crafter. Messy crafter. Do you guys still use hot glue guns? I haven't used one in years, but I saw somebody using one the other day and I thought, man, you know, there is a place and a time for a glue gun. And I could see it. Maybe, I don't know. Do you use yours? Honestly, I had about 3 and I whittled it down to 1 because I wasn't using it at all. But I still have the 1. I can't let it go because you never know when you need some hot glue, right? We all lived in that world. Just hot glue it to something. It was like, what, in the 80s? Everybody hot glued everything. And we all had burnt fingers and that kind of stuff. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, a little bit there. Everybody else playing by the rules? Okay, we'll do a little test. Stay. Nope, not staying. That's okay. All right, not bad. Maybe one here. Anybody else? Looking pretty good. We could do the fold this way, but the paper's not going to really fold that way that much. So maybe, yeah, you definitely need to be addressed. So let's address you. Hello. There you go. You've been addressed. All right. Yeah, you're okay. All right, so we have this now. So we have our base. And then from this place, I can have that glue bottle stand up. All right. I can go anywhere. This can be the beginning of a cover. It can be a regular journal page. It can be the central page of a signature. And let's just play with that idea. So you could paint something on here. You could draw something on. Let me find something. All right, let's have some fun and let's just see where this takes us. Okay, so this is for the non-crafter. In anybody who feels like a non-artist or a non-painter, just grab some lousy cheapo brush. Okay, doesn't matter. And we're just gonna, this one kind of has a blunt end. And, oh, that's so far away. Let me bring it closer. It has a blunt end. And I wanna do I'm gonna make some just flowers. And I've just got a little bucket of water here. Okay, a dirty and a clean. And I'm actually going to use my book pages because I'm trying to use them up. I'm going to use them as the dauber if I have excess water. But I want to use today some, what is this stuff? Burnt umber, acrylic. Okay, I was going to use a bunch of acrylic paints, but now I see these are mixed acrylic with watercolor. So basically, I have no idea what I'm using. I'm just going to pull out some colors and whatever looks like fun, I'm going to do. Okay, we need a little something to put the paint on. Oh, that's messy. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if I want to put my, close that. That was embarrassing. Let me get something, anything else. What do we got here? What do we got? Do you think we have a piece of paper? Here's a piece of paper. Oh, thank God we have a piece of paper. Okay, back to the land of clean. Okay, let me back up a little bit so you can see a little better. Let me get, oh, that would be nice if I put my microphone back on. Sorry about that. Yep, little reckless abandon happening there. I'm getting very excited about using acrylics because I haven't used those in like forever. Let's see if this works. Let's see if we can make cute. How about gouache? That's like really dense paint. Let's see if this is still good. This is probably 100 years old. Let's put it up the top. Okay. We don't even know what we're getting here. Let's just put a squirt. All right. So that's gouache. That's like really thick, dense, heavy pigmented paint. Ooh, that one sounds like it's gone to the other side. Here's burnt sienna. Nah, we want some pretty color. What's that? That's Van Gogh watercolor. Okay, let's use that. That'll probably be a disaster. Okay, there we go. So I have no idea what happens when you use gouache and watercolor together, but I think it makes me a mixed media artist, and it will you too. Here's yellow acrylic, Winsor Newton. I think that's a good name. I think so. Yeah, it's like a middle of the road good name, I think. So yeah, a lot of these did come from little grab bags. So Sakura. Oh, okay. I think this feels a little dry. This is a brown. Okay, there we go. We won't mention that. Here's a little orange. Or like a little. They don't really make pink. They make red, and then you have to turn it into pink by diluting it or adding it yellow. I have some red. Well, let's just start with that. I think we have enough. Maybe a green. We need a green. Give me a green. All right. What's this? Sap green. Okay. Okay, we're in. Let's see. There we go. All right, there's a little green. Oop. Has a little gastric distress, but it's okay. Back in you go. All right, so this is very random. Okay, so I'm just going to, well, let's see if I can show you how to, okay. Maybe I will just put this here so you can see better. Okay. All right, well, let's just start with some random petals. Everything's not, I've got way too long of a brush for this because it's knocking into my light. So let me move my light up. Okay, ready? Okay. I'm not being particular. Stop being hard on yourself and just put the petals down. Okay, got one flower. So I'm gonna rinse that out, get in the clean water. Then I'm gonna dab on my book. I'm using it as a cloth because I just don't happen to have one handy. So let's use some red. Now this is watercolor, so this might work different. Okay, let's try that. And maybe I'm just going for that. These are, okay, let's just do 3. Wildflowers. I'm just doing wildflower scene. Oh, that was a big one because it's closer, so that's okay. It looks a bit like a murder scene, but this is intense red. But let's just do that. We're doing squash petals. Yes, not the vegetable. This is the technique that I've now called squash petals. Yes, I'm sure it's been done before. Yes. But this is what a rookie does when they come on. They're like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to do this and see what happens. And it ends up turning out okay. And you're like, hey, that wasn't so bad. And you thought it was going to be horrible, and it's not, and that's great. So let's do more. Let's maybe put a little one here, some petals together, and then some petals farther apart as I bump into my lights. Okay, all right. And then let's make like little pseudo clusters of petals. So let me rinse off the yellow in the dirty water, in the clean water, and then dab it off on my book pages. Okay. And how's that for using up your stuff, right? And it's me clunking into my stuff. Maybe some more orange. Yeah. And make sure you always rinse off your brush because acrylic will harden and you won't get it off. The watercolor you can rinse off, but it's always best to rinse off your brushes. Okay, so let's put a big one here. And I'm not being judgmental on my petals. Just become a flower. That's right. Okay. And I might do something different on this side, so I'm just doing that. So I'm going to try and do clusters of 3. I'm going to rinse off, dirty water, clean water, daub on my book, and maybe go back in here to this little reddish color. And I'm going to do like a big one here and give this a set Okay, 3 flowers there. You need a flower up here. I want a little more color. One up here. Whoop, out of the way. Oops, I got stuck. All right, we'll fix you. It's all right. There you go. Be better. And we need one for you here. So we need a little orange there. Oh, we need some red up here. So I have. There we go. Now we're okay. I've got the daubing going now. It's looking more like petals. And if you got a little residual of the other paint on, that's okay, because it might be a multicolored flower, and that could be good. All right, so let's just do. We need a little 3-bird here. 3-bird there. We got. Oh, here you need an orange. Okay. Okay, there we go. So these are very random, abstract flowers blowing in the wind. So now we can give them some grounding. Like these could be free flowers just floating on through, which is totally fine, and you can stop there. But other things that you can do if you want to take it. Oh, we're already at 30 minutes? How on earth did that happen? Oh, this might be a 2-parter. Okay, we're just not going to rely. We're just going to rest into this. Yeah, we're not going to get all excited. All right, so we have this. Let's just put that over there. But let's bring this back over here. And then let's take the same darn brush. Because remember, we don't have a lot of supplies. And we might be a rookie. And we have 1 brush. So we got to make this work. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. Let's take a cloth. And we're going to squeeze. Whoop. We're going to squeeze our little brush. So it has as much of a point as it possibly can. Okay. And it doesn't really have a point because this is a stubby end brush, but we're going to just gingerly dip it in our green. We're going to try and make some wispy stems without dragging the microphone cord or hitting the lamp above us. Okay, here we go. Let's move you because you're going to be in the way. So, okay, we're going to try this. Here we go. Hold your breath. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, here. And it's okay if the line doesn't go all the way. If it's broken up, and remember, if you go behind a flower, just leave it be. There we go. Okay, so we got a line. Okay, let's try it again. A little bit on there. And this guy, he may, and just like lightly, like don't redo, just go. Yeah. And don't worry if it's fat or thin. Don't be all judgmental. Just go. Okay. Okay, here we go again. Now maybe this guy, he's going to come this way. Going. Stop. Whoops, stop. Okay, there. It's a little fatter. Okay, it's not perfect. You know, we only have 1 brush, so we're doing what we can. You can use different brushes, but this is an option. Ooh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay. So you see how it's sort of getting that stemmy feel? Like now all of a sudden it's making a little more visual sense. Okay. And they can be light and wispy because it's abstract, so that means anything goes. Yeah, there's a lot of freedom in abstract. The suggestion, the impressionism, the like I planned it that way the whole time is Okay. So you probably have some paint around. You know, if you really dig deep in the craft room, go in there and pull it out. I know you have it. You've been ignoring it. You're like, I don't paint. Those are for painting people. No, it's just. Paint is just a tool. It's a medium. It's something to play with. And it's a color. It's a pigment. And why shouldn't you be able to bring it into the realm of your junk journals? That's the awesome thing about junk journals is that that's what we can do. We can bring all of our skills and talents, or it's a great place to try and practice. You know, if we don't have a lot of skills and talents, this is how it all gets started. Actually, I kind of like this whole theme where I might even want to keep migrating across the page. So I'm going to rinse out my little green in the dirty and then in the clean, and then wipe it off on my book page there. And maybe I'll put some more flowers here. Let's see. But maybe I'm going to make it come so it comes down. So there's like a flow to the page. So if this was the center of a signature, that it could be random flowers all over. There's no rules. But I'm just going to make it kind of come like this. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm 1, 2, 3. Oh, look, I've got that down totally now, don't I? Yeah, look at me go. Okay. And maybe 1, 2. Kind of make them look a little different from each other because, you know, nature has a little randomness in it. And maybe 1, 2, 3. And sometimes the ones that are closer to you in the foreground are bigger, and flowers that are further back are smaller and lighter. But we won't get into all that. No, we're just having fun with paint. So let's focus there. Make them out whatever size you want. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to come in and cross-check you. I promise. Here we go. Okay, let's get into the... Oh, you can't see that. Let me see. There we go. Getting into that blood red watercolor. Oh, maybe it's a little smaller. Okay. And let's do some of these. How about one here? Bigger. Here. Okay. And it's kind of cute when they go off the edge, because it looks as if the scene carries on. So don't be afraid to play with that. Like you could have a big one right here, like falling off the bottom of the page, and that's okay. And let's get in there with some yellow. Probably should have done yellow first because your brush will be cleaner. But since these are flowers, who cares? Because maybe they're multicolored flowers, you know? That could be. Let's actually try a multicolored flower. So I've loaded with yellow, and I'm going to put a little bit of red. Not too much, just a little. And let's see where we go. Where do we go from here? So, oh, look at that. Multicolored flower. How about that? Yeah, apparently those grew on this side of the page. And should we put one here? No, here. Okay. Sometimes you just never know when you're trying these big decisions. It looks like mustard and ketchup. Yep, that's what it looks like. Okay, maybe a little one here. Oh, it's a big one. It's just a baby in the corner. Okay, we don't even know what that was. It was just falling off the side. There we go. Now let's move over to green. So mixed, cleaned with the dirty water. And the clean water, which is now pretty dirty, but whatever. And then wiping off on the corner of the book page just to pick up the daubs. Now let's form it a little bit. Try and make, instead of make it round, I'm going to try and make it like a knife point. Yeah, like a flatteroo. Okay, so we can take any brush and we can maybe make it another brush. Maybe not too good to do on expensive brushes, but these are just, this is an inexpensive brush, so if that's what you got, or the goofy brush that came with the paint set, you can do it with that. It's okay. We won't tell anybody. All right, so let's go. Okay, we did that. I'll do this one a little more. Flatty, flat, flat, flat. Okay. We do the top ones first. Ka-choom, ka-choom, ka-choom. Oop. There we go. Okay, round you out a bit. So it's very relaxing. So, you don't have to be an artist to play with paints. I hear that so much. I'm not a painter. I can't draw. I'm not an artist. No, yes, you are. You just haven't evoked it out of yourself. And because painting and art, it's a skill. Some people have natural abilities and they are learned very quickly, and other people take their time to learn. But there is no such thing as you can't do this. So yes, you can. And remember to look at these pigments, these paints as they're just a tool for you. They're just something for you to play with. Don't be afraid of them. Add them to your repertoire. Why not, right? It's just more to have fun with. Hey, well, who doesn't love fun? I know everybody here loves fun, so let's have more fun. Let me get you closer so you can actually see what's going on. Have I kept you far away enough? Okay, so that's what it's looking like from far away. I'll take you closer. This is what it looks like up close. It's not rocket science, but it's abstract and pretty. And you wait till it dries, it'll look really pretty. And what's that you're asking? What did I make the other one out of? Yeah, it wasn't acrylic paint. It was, okay, let me just shrink you down a smidge so you can see the whole thing as that dries. And that was fun and rewarding. I have to admit, like it was fun to be playful. Remember, don't leave your brushes in the water because it'll crack the wooden shaft of the brush. So just rinse it and dry it off, clean it off well. And so this one was, I used gelatos and then I wet them because somebody told me you need to wet them to get the color to spread. And yes, that's true. You color, it's like an adult crayon, and then I smudged it a little bit with my finger, but then I came along with a wet something like this, and I just did this with the brush, and it blended the color around to more of a translucent look. And these little flowers, because some of them are acrylic, some are watercolor, so you can't even tell which ones are which, right? I think the orange was acrylic and the red was watercolor, but look how intense the red is, very red. But you can still read the words through it, which is kind of cool. And then, okay, now be very careful because this is still wet. I know, I hear you. You have this whole back, and you can leave that as is. You can decorate that. You can run some ink over it to emphasize the the different layers and textures and things like that, or just leave it plain as a textural page for the person to feel, or put a piece of note paper here. Maybe they would like to write a note in the center, something like that. The world is your oyster in the land of junk journals. So here's just a couple of examples of how you can use up some book pages and the scraps of book pages. So I hope you had fun. If you find value here, please like, subscribe, and share, and click the notification bell. I've got an Etsy shop, an Amazon store, and a monthly emailed newsletter. In the Etsy shop, I've got my digital, vintage digital kits that you can print out and use at will, or however you like. Lots of fun in junk journals. And also I put some junk journals to sell, and some bundles and other things that I might just pop in there. You never know. Some get a big fanfare, whoop-de-doo video, social media blast, and others just get slipped in. So you never know. Take a peek every once in a while. And thank you for all your support. I do truly appreciate it. It helps my channel keep going. And also thank you for all the reviews on Etsy. That has really helped as well. So very much appreciated. And in my Amazon store, I try and put the tools that and supplies that I use. I don't know if I have acrylic inks in there. I will pop in a set of acrylic inks that I use that I have found that I like. I try to only put in, I put in only things that I like and use. And if for some reason something is completely out that is a very popular item, I will put in a substitute item until that item that I use comes back. There's been a few items like gilding paste that they don't make anymore. And so I put in an option, and I bought the option and tried it, and I was happy with it. So that is my new gilding paste. I don't really have a choice either. And my newsletter, you get a free digital image emailed to you monthly, a checklist of supplies for the junk journal maker, and also a note from the bookmaker to tuck into the beginning of your journal to kind of explain what on earth a junk journal is and how somebody might have a lot of fun with it. And I do a podcast, which comes out Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is audio, free to listen to. You don't need any special software or equipment, but if you do have Spotify or Apple Podcast or Google Podcast or a bunch of others, you can listen to it on there easily, on the go, wherever you're grocery shopping, doing whatever, your things. And my videos come out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturday mornings, 7 a.m. Eastern time. And Facebook group, come and join the Facebook group. Having a lot of fun over there, doing weekly and monthly challenges. Love to see what you guys make, your ideas, how you run with them, how you create. I mean, it's like a meadow of lovely inspiration. Kind of like this. Yeah. Or at least I like to think that's what it does. Okay. But anyway, remember that fun can be simple, and you're certainly deserving of fun and relaxation and peaceful times to enjoy, kick back, and just maybe play with some things that you don't normally play with. Pull out those acrylics and those watercolors, because they're somewhere. Steal them from your kids. Do what you got to do. And go have some fun today. And Sunny and I send big hugs along with the rest of us here, and we will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.